Alright, welcome YouTubers. Week 11. About to go down here. I have, on the multiple scheme, I have 5 picks, but they're worth 10 $1,000 bets, or $10,000 bets total out there. Cleveland for 2,000, Indianapolis for 2,000, Detroit for 3,000, Tampa Bay for 2,000, and Cincinnati for 1,000. So that's how they're spread out in the multiple scheme. Fixed scheme are the same 5 teams, except for it's $2,000 per team straight. So that also happens to be $10,000 out there this week. This is all based upon a $20,000 or per $20,000 of bankroll. My martingale will be a total of 14,438 out there. Cleveland will be 2,478. Buffalo will be 512. Indianapolis will be 2,478. Washington will be 512. Detroit will be 3717, so good chunk of change on them. Tampa Bay also 2990, decent chunk of change. Cincinnati 1239, and LA Chargers for $512. So good luck, everybody, if you're making those picks or one of those picks, selection of them. Last week, here were the teams that I picked. Tampa Bay did lose, did not cover. Even I think they turned the ball over 3 times and still managed to win, but not cover. I think they won by a field goal or something. Cleveland covered, Jets covered, Minnesota covered for 2,000 or 2x bets on the multiple scheme. And Cleveland pushed officially. They were a 3-point favorite on covers.com. And yeah, it was a pretty good opportunity that week to pick them up at -2.5 with, either a penalty, like a -120 payout, or even some of them had a -110, or you had the other option during the week. A lot of sites had the -3 with like even money at some points in time, and so I got it in with -2.5 and 1, but officially I'm using covers.com data, so I pushed. So no bet that week. So anyways, net result of that for the multiple scheme is a positive 26.36 in profit. The fixed scheme, same teams winning and losing $2,000 a game, will be plus 34.54 in profit that week. And the martingales were a loss, a win, a push, a win, a loss, and a win, and a win. And, 4 wins, 3 losses. The numbers kind of heavy on the winners. Anyways, the net result are plus 16.37. So profitable in all 3 aspects this week. A little later we'll check in on the ROI. Anyways, Cleveland's one of those teams. This is sort of deja vu, even though I won with them offline last week, and you probably should have too if you took the -2.5, but you might have pushed. Anyways, very similar. They're -2.5 at home, again, against a quality team, Pittsburgh, that we'll see. 45% public favorite right now. The money 45% on Cleveland. So an underdog despite being a favorite again. So again, I'm going to pick them again. I'm going to pick Cleveland until we, at least this week, with a double bet. Next game, not too worried about the Buffalo. Not much money out there. They are a heavy favorite and a public favorite of 67%. Indianapolis -3 with Jacksonville coming into town. Who knows? Anyways, I'm putting 2 bets on that. It's sort of an even coin flip at home with -3. They're not on the board with the money yet, but covers.com had them as an underdog, 45% public leaning towards them. So we'll see. Maybe there's some value in there. Washington, not really much money. Again, a slight favorite, but not with the public. Detroit, big bet this week on Detroit, plus 4.5 right now. I expect that to move around a bit. Dallas coming to town. Who knows how they're going to play and what they're going to do. Anyways, the public is only 31%. The public didn't have a cash dollar yet. I go to pregame.com, for example, to get some of those cash. This is early Tuesday betting, so early still, but the covers.com had them at 31%, so not a public favorite. Getting some dog money. We'll see if that holds up, and hopefully that'll work out well. Tampa Bay, again, I'm going to have to put more money down on them. Hopefully they can convert this week for me. They're getting plus 5.5 instead of -5.5 this week at home. So obviously a lot of people feel good about New Orleans. New Orleans public favorite right now in the money. So we'll see. I think Tampa Bay, if they can just not turn over the ball, I think we'll capitalize on that. We'll see. And Cincinnati, a huge dog. Of course, only 11% of the public like them. Against going into Oakland. Oakland, I don't know. But yeah, well, we'll take the 10.5 if we can get it right now. And the last game, Chargers, not much money on the Chargers. Don't really care. Again, they're a public favorite, but they're an underdog with +4, Kansas City. I'm not too skeptical. Again, not much money on that one. Let me see how the YouTubers did. YouTubers in general in week 10 here picked pretty well. A lot of black, right? The only person who didn't particularly pick well was Half Moon, and he went 2-2. So lost some money, but, it's 50% picking. Anyways, Geo Knows was 2 wins, a loss, and a push. That only brings them to 15-23 for the year, so losing a ton of money. He never went positive at any point yet. Half Moon, again, 2-2. That makes him 18-21, so just kind of holding the water there. His high was in week 1, and he's been going downhill ever since. Losing a pretty good chunk of change so far. These are all $2,000 bets just to equalize everybody up here. Logan Schiff hasn't picked for a number of weeks, and neither has Teddy Bear, although Logan Schiff was 16-14, slightly positive. Back in week 5, I went, let's see, this is the fixed scheme. I went 3 wins and 1 loss. Brings me up to 11-10, which, technically is even. I trump off the change, so I lost a couple bucks in change there. Rounding error. Don't really matter too much. Anyways, I'm back to neutral, right? So hopefully I can make a push there. This is my multiple scheme, betting, I know I only bet 1,000 in the reel, but just to bring it up to 2,000. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4 wins and a loss. Brings me to 12-10, and I'm positive. Not as high as my high in week 5, which I had for both systems, but plus 18-16. I think that puts me in 2nd place. Just slightly positive. OSGA, he had a Pittsburgh win, and he also called the KCC over. Now, I don't care about the over-unders. Those are, coin flips or prop-ish, weathers and turnovers. But he did pick up the Pittsburgh win, so now he's 10-11. So, the opposite of 11-10, bringing even. So he's losing pretty good, down a couple games, basically. Goat House did pick up a win with Baltimore, 14-13, but 14-13 is, although it's a game over 500, it's not a winning record, losing a small amount of money. And the Meat Man, he picked Oakland, pushed on Cleveland, probably should have won, and won on Seattle last night. So he was like 2-0. So that brings him to 16-6. Oh my God, just way out in front. It's his high, so doing really well this year. And he also, I don't count the Atlanta because he didn't title it. Maybe that's right or wrong, but in the middle of the Atlanta, he gave away one of his paid pick that Atlanta was going to cover the Saints. They were a pretty big dog. I think almost a couple touchdown dog. Well, they blew out the Saints, so that was a nice extra win for some people. Anyways, he's way out ahead right now. Good guy to be following. Let me do the ROI and we'll get out of here. So we're out here at week 10, and we've gone, we had a lot of money out. We have, a fair amount of money. It's bankrolls coming up, right? In terms of bets out there, even with the heavy $10,000 and $14,000 out there, we're still at recovering that bankroll. At least we're not going over 100% of the $20,000 starting bankroll. All my systems except for the fixed are, positive, and the fixed is basically even. So basically, I'm at Martingale's plus 13% ROI, 13.5%. That's its high. Multiple is up 4.5%, and fixed is basically flat. These were earlier in the year. They had their highs. I'm looking for 33% or more would be a nice place. Again, last year at week 11, I got out at 37 and change, and my other systems were higher. I did play the multiple scheme. Apple, new highs since 9.4 when we bought 95 shares. They're at 262 now, so up 25%. That's kind of unusual, kind of leading the way, but you don't know with those Apple picks. They go down quite often, or they don't make usually the money that we make. So I'll stick with the money I got in sports betting, which I have. So again, I'm positive on some of them, but I'm not going to quit yet. Looking for, 33, 35, above 40% would be great. Probably get out there. I'll have to make a decision at that point, if I get there, right? So, it's a little late in the year, but at least we're trending positive. We have some money out this week, and it could could get it this week. So anyways, good luck to everybody. See ya.